All right, hello everyone. It's great to be back with you. I hope that some of you have come back from last week, and I hope that we have a few new people out there as well joining in. I'm Mark McWilliams with Arista Winery. I am one of the three co-chairs for this year's Sonoma County Wine Auction. It's a tremendous honor for me to get to be included in that group of people. One of my co-chairs is here with us tonight, this afternoon, Jake Bilbro from Limerick Lane. Jake, you want to say hello?
How we doing, everybody?
And then because they knew that it would just be me and Jake, we needed to have some actual talent on with us as well. So we have Mari Jones from Emeritus Wines, who is with us to talk a little bit in a couple minutes about a pretty cool lot that we'll be teasing. So Mari, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited.
I know all of us are busy right now. We are in the midst of harvest, and so I do appreciate you kind of tearing away for that. So just
Mari,
some overview for all of you that are tuning in too, just kind of an explanation of this. So this is all in anticipation, build up for the Sonoma County Wine Auction, which is September 17th and 19th, best party ever, and then the actual auction on Saturday, September the 19th. But kind of the point, what does this benefit? Who is the beneficiary of all this? Why do we put this on? So all of the money raised, aside from what it takes to put this event on, goes to the Sonoma County Vintners Foundation. The Sonoma County Vintners Foundation provides funding grants for healthcare, education, environmental issues specific to Sonoma County. Over the past several years, the foundation has given out more than $36 million directly to Sonoma County, our communities. So it is making very significant impacts in the lives of people who live here in Sonoma County. So this is very important for us. It is a little bit different this year. Kind of why we're coming to you this way is because it's a virtual event this year. COVID has impacted us like it has so many auctions and events around the country. So what do? You pivot. And I think that the Sonoma County Vintners team has done a tremendous job watching what other organizations have done, being creative with their approach. And so we're doing a few of these events just to introduce ourselves, talk a little bit about the event, the auction items, and really let you know who this is benefiting and why this is so important. So we've done some introductions. We got Jake and Mari on with us. A couple of very important dates that I want to share with everyone, and I'm going to ask you all, please open another tab, open up a new browser, and go to SonomaCountyWineAuction.com. SonomaCountyWineAuction.com. You'll want to bookmark that because you'll be checking it often between now and the 17th. But it's where you should go and register now. Do it now. It's simple. It's easy. Get it out of the way. That way on the September 17th and then the auction on September 19th, you'll be able to log in, see all the festivities, and be able to bid on some auctions. So best party ever is a live event that we've always done kind of in person. This year, we're taking it to the interwebs. The concept is going to be the same. It is a place where you can come. There's no fee to come. You need to register. But there will be a Zoom link information that you have to come hang out with me, Jake, and Clay Moritzen, who is the third musketeer. He's not here today, but Clay is the owner winemaker at Moritzen Winery in Dry Creek Valley. So the three of us will be there. We'll have special guests, a little bit of friendly banter and competition amongst the co-chairs. We'll be previewing live lots. So that is Thursday, September 17th at 4 p.m. All times, if we mention them today, are Pacific California time. So Thursday, September 17th at 4 p.m. The really big thing that you don't want to miss is going to be Saturday, September 19th at 4 p.m. Kind of keep that easy, 4 p.m. both days. But on Saturday, it's the auction. I think what we're calling the virtual auction celebration. So that's where you'll come together via Zoom. You'll see the live lots. There'll be all sorts of festivities. Make sure that you have your Celebrate from Home packages, which we'll talk a lot about. You'll want to get some of those for Thursday night and Saturday night, because if you're using them right, they'll be gone by Thursday night, and you'll need to have your second set for Saturday night. So that's kind of some of the background, basic information. SonomaCountyWineAuction.com. It's constantly being updated. I know that we loaded some of the silent lots on the website today. The live lots are still being loaded in. How to register, schedule of events is all there. So speaking of lots, Jake, I know that we have been part of the committee putting these together. I know we've had the opportunity to talk a lot about them. I know there's a couple that kind of caught your attention and thought maybe you could talk about a few of them.
I sure can do that, Mark. That was incredible. That was amazingly proficient, set. I'm wondering if you have like stickies all around your screen that are keeping you set on this so that you could stay.
I wish I could show you. And it's actually maybe the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Jake. I'm all flustered and blushing now, man.
I bet you are. And I was also going to say, Mari, you haven't said a word so far, and already you are outpacing Clay Moritzen like 10-1. You're doing great. I have a vote.
Can we add in a fourth co-chair?
Yeah, Moritzen out, Mari in. We're into it. So a couple of the lots.
The bar is that low.
No, you're already doing well, believe me. A couple of silent lots that stuck out. One is Klein. They've got a lot called Gateway to Sonoma. It's a 2-night stay at the Klein Villa. They've got a sauna. It's in the middle of the vineyard. It's for 4 couples. There's a private chef pairing. All of the provisions, the provisions and meats comes from Klein's Green String Farm, which are locally sourced right there. There's a VIP tasting experience at Klein. There's a tasting and a lunch with winemaker, the winemaker from Jacuzzi. I can't read my own writing. Sorry about that. Winery, which is right across the street. There's also included in this is an olive oil tasting and tour at the Olive Press. And finally, this lot also includes 18 bottles of wine and 6 bottles of olive oil. That's a silent lot. You can't bid on it yet, but you can go online right now and check it out. Number 1. Number 2, let me flip my cheat sheet over here. The Medlock Ames Getaway. Now, Medlock Ames, wonderful families, local. Our children have gone to school together. Beautiful, beautiful property in the Alexander Valley. As well as Chalk Hill. They've got a tasting room in Alexander Valley as well. This is a 2-night stay at the Medlock Ames Guest House for 3 couples. They've got tastings. They've got a vineyard hike with the winemaker and co-founder and friend of mine, Ames Morrison. There's a 3-liter of their Alexander Valley Bell Mountain Cab included in this lot, as well as a year-long membership in their Preservation Society wine club. So that's 3 bottles of wine sent 4 times a year. You get to hop the levels and get right up to their top level. Yep. This is a beautiful, beautiful property and a great experience out in the Alexander Valley. And I think both of those, to me, considering the beauty of Sonoma County, were ones that were not to be missed.
Yeah, I totally agree. Two that kind of popped out at me that I wanted just to highlight, and we're trying to highlight as many of these as possible, but I'm a Pinot guy. It's kind of my focus. So that's really, as I kind of scan through, I'm always looking to see what my friends are doing auction lot wise. So Bill Price, who is the owner of 3-6 Winery, also the Durrell Vineyard, has put together a really incredible package. I'm sure that many people out there know the 3-6 wines, have probably been to the 3-6 property. So if you have, you know what you're in for. And if you haven't, it's a really rare treat. So the 3-6 property, which is, I guess, technically in the town of Sonoma, but the Durrell Vineyard spans a couple of appellations kind of down there through Sonoma, Petaluma. You're in the Sonoma, Carneros, Petaluma Gap, Sonoma coast, kind of overlooking basically the San Pablo Bay. It's an incredible, incredible property, but very historic property, both because of the Durrell Vineyard. So if California had a Grand Cru system, no question Durrell would be in it. It's a very, very special, very famous old vineyard. But also the adobe itself that is on the 3-6 property is a part of California's history. So built in 1842 by Captain Vallejo himself, been completely redone. It is a fabulous place to be hosted. From what I understand and kind of reading through the lot, there's magnums of Durrell that come with it. I know the winemaking team, Ryan and Bob. I know the vineyard manager, Rob. It is top-notch, all-star group of people. It's for, let's see here. I think it's for 6 people is what my notes say. You have Chef Armando Navarro, who's the chef.
Mark,
was that
real quick? Was that just a shameless plug for Arista when you put your head down and stuck your hat right in the middle of your screen?
Let me see here one more time. No, Chef Navarro, who's from the El Dorado Kitchen in the town of Sonoma. So anybody who spent time out here understands how famous the El Dorado Kitchen is, how important it is to the town of Sonoma. So you have chef coming out to cook for you. It's going to be an awesome lot. You get magnums with 3 sticks and just a really cool behind the scenes tour, both of the adobe, but also the Durrell Vineyard. So that's number one. The other one, and I have a personal connection to this particular lot, is the Keller family, the La Cruz Vineyard, which is down in the Petaluma Gap, again, kind of overlooking the San Pablo Bay, the Petaluma River. The Keller family has one of the world's greatest Mercedes collections. I mean, it's like super top secret security, underground bunker stuff, amazingly rare collection of Mercedes. They don't let the public in. I've gotten to see it one time. We worked with the Keller family for a long time buying fruit, had the chance to go up there one time, not to be missed. On top of that, they have developed one of the most architecturally beautiful properties that's up on a hill, incredible views of the San Pablo Bay, the Petaluma River. I think it's for 10 people, if I'm not mistaken. Lunch is included. I can't promise you that they're going to let you pick your Mercedes and take it for a spin, but at least you get to see them. It really is a cool. So if you're into really nice things, whether it's food, views, cars, outdoors, it's a great lot. So take a look at that on the website as well.
Got some live lots.
We do, which is why Mari is here. So
Actually,
Mari, I think
we're
you're part of
Mari,
a handful of buy-in lots. So we have some kind of outright purchase lots, and then there's some buy-in lots. So tell us about the New Gen dinner that you're a part of.
Yeah, we actually have 2 New Gen things going up. So I'll talk about the dinner first. The dinner is a group of us as New Gen, as 2nd, 3rd, 4th generation vintners and winemakers in Sonoma, coming together to put on really a remarkable, unforgettable dinner in Sonoma County. Date is still TBD, obviously, but we are really looking forward to getting together. And these are some names that I think most people would recognize: Bacigalupi, the Duncan family from Silver Oak and Toomey fame, obviously me from Emeritus, if you need my plug.
There you go.
Pellegrini is such a historic vineyard on Olivet Lane, so Alexia will be there. Joseph Phelps, of course, many people know them for their cab, but they make absolutely stunning, beautiful Pinots from the Sonoma coast. And then Rainey, another incredible kind of legend in Sonoma County. So this is kind of taking the next generation of winemakers, vintners, owners, and sharing what we're passionate about, which is great wine, making wine a little bit more accessible to people, not as scary. And of course, philanthropy, which is why we're, so honored to be able to be partnered with the Sonoma County Vintners Foundation and supporting the work that they do in our community. So it's going to be a wild night, lots of fun, lots of wine. Some of the, greatest wines in Sonoma County for sure will be poured at that dinner. And we're just really looking forward to be able to give back and also, enjoy ourselves together doing it.
Hosted?
At TBD, we're kind of weighing out the whole situation on figuring out when we can all get together, but we do have, I want to say, 40 seats that will be auctioned off for this. So we're looking forward to welcoming everybody back and finding a great, location and time. But we're all really committed to doing it and making sure that we can all do it together.
Great. Yep.
I think that's great, Mari. I really want to commend you for participating this way. It's oftentimes in events like this, we tend to look to the old guard and we look at that way. But as they say, if you don't know your past, you don't know your future, and you being part of the future, it's and there are some big names in there that that is an exciting thing. Mari, are you picking grapes yet?
Yeah, we are, let's see, a week in.
Yeah, and
you don't look it. I look a lot more weathered than you do in a 1 week period.
Mari, I also want
my facial hair takes longer to grow in, so.
Well, nobody's facial hair keeps up with Mark. Let's say that.
Oh, we went down this road last week. We went down this road last week.
Yeah, it's amazing we can see Mark's triceps right now. I'm surprised. He must have some bright light on him. Mari, do you have a Celebrate from Home lot too?
We do. So that's the other lot that our New Gen or kind of committee of Sonoma County Vintners has put together. And we have a number of wineries, even more than what I just mentioned. So in addition to what I just mentioned, doing the buy-in dinner, we also have Boleto and Gust, which is from the Klein family. We also have Taft Street joining in, and what we've all done is we've all put some wine together, and it's all going to be mixed up and sent out in 3-packs. So no matter what, you can't get a bad 3-pack of those wines. And likely you're going to probably get a deal on the wines that you're getting, knowing some of the names in there. But we're really excited to also be able to celebrate with everybody for Best Party Ever and the auction with our wines, and be able to, again, give back to Sonoma County Vintners Foundation, the causes that we're passionate about, and just really excited to get, you know, some people celebrating with us for the auction.
So Mari, if not all of the vintners who are part of New Gen are going to be included in each 3-pack, how many Celebrate from Home packs should they buy of your lot in order to get everyone, do you think? Because we've got the live auction, we've got the Best Party Ever, but there maybe need to be some more lead up in order to actually get everybody included there.
Yeah, so there's 9 wineries that are giving to the Celebrate from Home. So you're going to need at least 3-packs to taste them all.
At
which
that point,
I would
you're
highly
almost at a case
recommend.
of 4 and you're done.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Make it easy on yourself.
Well, you need to come down too after the party. So, you know, you need to lead up the 2 big parties and then the one down the backside. So.
Exactly. Well, you know, I know that the party's Thursday and the auction Saturday, but it's not like you don't have Friday and Sunday and Monday to drink as well. So.
Keep the party rolling.
and I would be willing to bet, and I would be willing to guarantee that if anyone out there does buy 3 of the Celebrate from Home packs, they are going to get all 9 wineries in that. I can confirm that. So I've got confirmation from an outside source here that keeps texting me on the phone talking.
I'm glad that you can confirm that, because I would not have been able to.
Mari, I'm here for you, and I would very much like to suggest that if you'd like to come back in a couple weeks and continue to take Clay's place, we're going to be just fine with that. For now, because Mark and I have a lot more to talk about, and because you are in the middle of harvest, I want to say you did a great job, and I want to let you get back to it and go ahead and sign off and go drag some hoses.
Thank you so much, Mari.
Thanks so much, guys. See you later. Let me know. Send me a Zoom link and I'll be there.
All right.
Yeah, I should say thank you, Mr. Morrison.
Hey,
all right, bye guys.
Mari, thank you very much.
See ya.
I was going to say for everyone, real quick, Jake, before you go on, I do want to take a moment to talk about these Celebrated Home packages, because we talked about them a couple weeks ago. If this is your first time tuning in, you might not know exactly what we're talking about. So one of the things that's, I think, unique that the Vintners has come up with is there's no charge for attending any of these events. Typically in person, there is a charge. To get a ticket to get under the tent and be a part of the festivities, you're dropping cash to participate. This year live, you log in, you can see all the lots, but it's not very fun to do that without wine. And so one of the things that we did was create these Celebrate from Home packages. And we completely span the price range, producers, regions. There's something absolutely for everyone. Use this as an opportunity to enjoy wines from your favorite producer, or the opportunity to discover new producers or new regions. There's a few producers that are involved in these packages that generally do not do it, mainly because they're really nice people, but have no wine and can't participate. We've kind of strong-armed them into participating. So there's a chance to get some amazing wines through these packages. So they span the range, and the way it works is you can go on right now. Remember that website that I told you to bookmark, SonomaCountyWineAuction.com. You can go there right now and see on the Celebrate from Home button the full range. You order as many as you want. They're going to be shipped to you in time for the event. We certainly suggest that you use it as an opportunity to, number one, contribute. It's a great way to contribute to the event, but it's a great way to stock your cellar with some really amazing wines. So I don't know, Jake, if you want to add anything to that.
No, I do. Having seen the various packages for the Celebrate from Home, these are great wines, and they are priced in relation to what it is you're getting, but everything is priced with an intention of recognizing the year and recognizing the strain that we're under to be able to pull this off. We are not going to be in person. We are not going to charge for tickets to be under that tent. We are not going to be charging to get to that Best Party Ever. And so, you know, the joke of buying 3 or my attempt at jest for buying 3, you know, buy 4, because it's all of these wines have been donated. This is all going directly to the bottom line. This is amazing support. And it's a great way to hit various levels. And like Mark said, to really stock your cellar.
Yeah. Yeah. So please check that out on the website. It's live now. You can purchase. So, and they're limited. So knock yourself out, please.
Yeah.
All right, Jake.
Some live lots.
Yeah, there's a couple of, so we have a bunch of silent lots that you can go see right now, and then going live soon are going to be the live lots. Fewer of these really unique packages that we put together. We're all involved in these, so talk about a couple that you're involved in.
Yeah, so one that I wanted to bring up, which I thought was pretty cool, especially given the circumstances. I mean, we are all dealing with some COVID realities, and so to be able to be outside, either in Sonoma County or outside of that, are all, you know, that's kind of where it's at these days. And a big thank you to donors who have kicked out these opportunities for us. One of them is our Utah lot with our good friend Dan Costa, and I'm going to call him Costa over and over again because that's going to make Mark laugh. And he did not tune in last week, and so Dan Costa, I hope you do tune in this week. This is for 8 guests. This is 5 days and 4 nights in Desolation Canyon in Utah, whitewater rafting.
Awesome.
We're going to hit class 2 and class 3 rapids, depending upon levels, depending upon desire from bidders, etc. There are hikes, there are walks, everything is tuned for it. All meals on the water are provided. Mr. Dan Costa will be participating along on this float. He will bring all the wine with him. These are still developing, so we're finalizing a chef who's going to be along with this. But and help me out with this, Mark, because I didn't know this until Clay actually said it, but the permits to get onto the Desolation Canyon River are like 2 years out, and we were able to secure one way in advance to be able to be used. And that type of access just does not happen. And given the time when my wife was reading through it, she said, I want to be involved in that one.
I mean, I know you guys get to spend a lot of time in that part of the world. I can tell you from personal experience, some of my great memories as a family are these types of trips, the whitewater rafting trips. And what a cool way to get to do it. First class, top notch, great wine, great food. You'll have Dan Costa from Alden Alley there with you. I'm sorry, Dan Costa from Alden Alley with you. Really, it's cool. I've always dreamt of actually putting some sort of thing for my winery, a package together to do this. So envious, this should be a lot of fun.
Well, and I think reaching back towards last week, again, that's just more proof that, Mark, as much as you try, you are not Dan Costa.
Nope, so I'm not, never will be. I gave up on
that. I hope if I say his name wrong enough times, we might get him as a guest appearance on one of these to talk a little bit and maybe describe us. Another great lot that I think is pretty exciting. These are neighbors of ours, amazing people, amazing generosity. They, if I'm not mistaken, are at the platinum level for the Celebrate from Home aspect of what we're doing. But they also have a live lot, which is a buy-in dinner. It's Bricolor Vineyards, 20 couples. This is a 5-course farm to table dinner, and this is what their winemaker Carrie Gott and their winery and estate chef, who is a good buddy of both Mark and I, Shane McAnally. Shane's daughter Lily is one of the most beautiful, sweet, adorable little girls I've ever met. My daughters Scout and Lily go back to preschool, and Shane, you outdid yourself with that one. Shane was the executive chef at Brass Rabbit and Chalkboard as well before joining up.
Phenomenal restaurants. I mean, kind of 2 must stops in Healdsburg. Phenomenal food.
And the guy who set that bar was Shane. I mean, it's, you know, you're getting a lot for the interplay between Carrie and Shane on that one. Everything that Shane's going to be cooking is sustainably farmed at the property. It is beautiful. This is right around the corner from Limerick Lane, and we actually have some live video here, and if our own Rose Jimenez, hello Rose, could you please run that video for us? That would be great. All right. So number one, I wanted to say, from what I understand, and I believe this to be true, that beautiful picture of the barn with the outdoor area over the lake, that is all completed, and the whole event will be outdoors again, in respect to the sensitivities of COVID and whatnot, no matter when the actual event takes place. But it's going to be a beautiful evening amongst the vineyards out there. And the other thing I was going to say is, in one of those shots, if you look just right, you could see past all of that beauty and you'd see tiny little Limerick Lane in the back. So how about them apples in the midst of it?
Bring it back to Limerick Lane. Did you just work
Yeah.
yourself into that lot?
Well, did you want to put your head down one more time and read your notes? Just, oh yeah, there's Arista one more time. You know, I was making a joke earlier, Mark. I'm going to go off script here a minute because
Oh God.
no, I'm being very kind today. The sweet and wonderful Rose Jimenez, who did put that on, was saying, no, don't say my name, etc. You know, Mark and Clay, and to a certain extent myself, but mostly Mark and Clay, we're a bunch of big dumb animals. We're just the guys out here talking. We don't know what we're doing. But Vanessa, Jesslyn, Jenny, Leah, Madison, Rose, Julia, Dana, Barbara, Anna Ming, and of course, everyone's own Mr. Mike Haney, the executive director. There are so many people behind the scenes doing so much work to put this on and giving basically all of, you know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of work to do this, and especially in challenging times like this. And it does warrant some thanks and some.
No, they are an incredible team, and you're right to acknowledge every single one of those people. So
I'm pretty sure that either you know, Rose or maybe Julia was in there actually putting all those Post-it notes around your screen before this started to help you out there, Mark.
Yeah.
But you did do a good job. You did do a good job.
Not the case. Not the case.
Why don't you keep us going now? Let's get on track. I think you've got a couple more lots that you want.
Yeah, just two quick ones, because they're really incredible. I love one of the things that makes Sonoma County so unique. One of the things that I think draws people here, and just the vibe as vintners, chef, innkeepers, etc. in Sonoma County, is the sense of camaraderie, and how we're all busy. We're all going in a bunch of directions. We all have a bunch of demands, but how people come together for this particular event. And there's a lot of, whether they're chefs or wineries or innkeepers or whomever, you know, that they're just small and they're stretched in a lot of directions. And maybe the only time they participate in these types of events is this particular event. So there's some rare opportunity and access that people have because of the magnitude of this particular auction. So the two that I want to talk about, one is called Sonoma Harvest. And it kind of started with a conversation, I believe, with Clay Morrison and Joe Bartolome. Joe and his sister Catherine own the Farmhouse Inn. If anyone has spent any time in Sonoma County, surely you have heard of the Farmhouse. Maybe you've not been able to stay there because it's almost impossible to get a reservation there. Forget Sonoma County, California, West Coast. The Farmhouse is truly one of the great destinations in the U.S. It's an amazing, amazing property. It's a beautiful piece of property in the Russian River Valley. So Joe and Catherine offered up 4 nights for 2 couples at the Farmhouse, which I could stop there. That's an auction lot. That's an amazing thing. But as we started thinking about it, we figured you have to eat while you're there. So Joe and Catherine graciously offered up dinner one night at the Farmhouse, which is an incredible restaurant, an amazing collection of both Sonoma County, but kind of global wines, incredible food. You could stop there, but we had other nights to fill. So Chef Kyle Connaughton and his wife, Katina, from Single Thread, generously donated a night for the 2 couples at Single Thread Farms, Michelin 3-star, one of the world's great restaurants. People come to Healdsburg for Single Thread and then discover all the beauty that's around us. Yes, Jake.
Can you stop there?
I can, but there's more.
Please keep going then.
So that's 2 nights. So you have 4 nights at the Farmhouse for 2 couples. You've got a night at the Farmhouse. You have a night at Single Thread. And then you've got a night with Chef Charlie Palmer at the Dry Creek Kitchen. Maybe John Ash and Charlie Palmer would be the 2 most influential early chefs into Sonoma County that really began to take us from this small agrarian little town to a world-class food destination. So you get to have dinner at the Dry Creek Kitchen with Chef Charlie Palmer. That we could stop there, but we realized we got to sober you up somehow in between all of that food. Actually, we need to work you because of all of that food. So we're going to kind of keep you lubed a little bit. So each day you'll get to, or maybe you can pass on it, I don't know, but you'll get to spend a little bit of time at Arista, a little bit of time at Limerick Lane, and a little bit of time at Mordson. So I think each of us have some tricks up our sleeves in terms of going deep into the cellar, getting you outside, showing you around the properties. But the two couples will get to spend a lot of time with us, maybe some recommendations of other places you might want to visit. Maybe it's unrelated to wine. Maybe you want to go check out a brewery. Maybe you want to go do an outdoor activity. We'll be your guides and we'll take care of you. Last part of the lot was, yeah, but what if they need to travel? Are they going to want to make the trip? Which everything I've said, of course you will, but we decided to take care of that too. So NetJets has generously stepped in to provide 5 hours of transportation. So as I started thinking about it, if I lived in LA and I bought that lot, I would probably buy a commercial ticket to about 2.5 hours away so I could just fly private all the way back to where I'm going. Yes, Jake.
FlexJet.
Did I say, I'm sorry, FlexJet. My apologies. FlexJet. 5 hours of time to get to and fro Sonoma County. So, yes, Jake. Would you like? Why don't you take it from here, Jake?
No, I'm just.
No, dude. I'll let you talk about yours. No, please take it from here.
Mark did make a tiny mistake there, but Mark earlier said that we might have a couple tricks up our sleeves. In addition, you guys need to be well aware of the fact that Mark rarely wears sleeves. Mark is wearing sleeves tonight, which is a big deal. And so if Mark makes a small mistake by maybe naming one of the wrong sponsors, I mean, this is a big deal for him. We're stretching him pretty far right now. And so again, I can promise that if you do spend some time with him, I will personally make sure that he is wearing sleeves. And I will make sure that you get on the right airline at the right flying private for the right amount of time to get here in case Mark happens to steer you in the wrong way. Please, Mark, is there any more, or is that the end of this lot?
I think that's the end of this lot, Jake. You've done such a good job of putting a bow on it. So we've got 4 nights, 2 couples. There are some stipulations. I don't have them in front of me. I do believe some of it's time of year, but I would encourage you to look at the quiet season where you have full access to all of us, restaurants and chefs. So a couple of stipulations, but 4 nights at the farmhouse, an incredible spot, 3 amazing chefs and restaurants, private transport here. So that's one of them. The last one I want to talk about, and then we're going to talk briefly about the paddle raise. So each year, I think one of the unique things about this event is that we like to honor people outside of the direct industry. So we tend to try to find a chef and maybe a vintner that we honor. And this year, the chef is Chef Charlie Palmer, who, as I alluded to earlier, an amazing guy, a generous guy. Charlie and Lisa, his wife, live in Sonoma County. They live in Healdsburg. His home kitchen, the Dry Creek Kitchen, really began to change the trajectory of the town of Healdsburg about 20 years ago. We're honoring Charlie, an amazingly philanthropic guy, gives generously all the time. The vintner that we're honoring is a guy named Daryl Groom, who is a man who needs no introduction. Daryl is larger than life. He is a global winemaker, native to Australia, famous for making Penfolds, Grange, came to Sonoma County and became a legend in Sonoma County. He and his wife, Lisa, also 2 of the most philanthropic people that you will ever meet. They have been very blessed, and they give mightily of resource and talent and time. So it was very fitting and appropriate to honor both Daryl and Charlie. Well, the 2 of those guys don't miss the opportunity to give. And so they said, hey, we'd like to throw something together. So this is kind of the honorees lot. This will definitely be something that is bid on heavily. Daryl and Charlie are neighbors, almost across the street from each other. I know that they get together a lot and eat and drink well. So they said, why don't we just have a dinner party like we always do, but let's invite a few people. So this lot, and I'm looking for the number of people. I don't see it quickly, but I think we'll work on that.
Arista again.
Say it again, Jake.
I think you're showing off Arista again.
I'm sorry. So
Perfect.
There we go. So I'd like you to please let me stay on track here, Jake. So you've got dinner at Chef Charlie Palmer's house. Wine's being provided by the grooms. Charlie is an amazing chef and certainly capable, but you know, you're cooking for people in your own home. Maybe you get a little bit nervous. Maybe you need a little bit of help. Turns out one of Charlie's other neighbors is Nancy Oakes, an also incredibly famous chef in her own right, Boulevard in San Francisco. From what I understand, Charlie has roped her in to come in, hang out, maybe do a little cooking as well, visit with you guys. So truly, I mean, literally a once in a lifetime opportunity to get to have dinner in Charlie and Lisa Palmer's home, wines provided by Daryl and Lisa Groom, and to have Nancy Oakes swing by, say hello, and spend some time with you.
And it looks like, and I'm being serious now, there is not a limit on the number of people yet on this lot to be determined, but this is growing based on interest. And so I think it will continue to go. And I do want to reiterate what you say. I don't think that there are two more people who deserve more recognition in this county than Daryl Groom and Charlie Palmer and their beautiful wives. I mean, philanthropic is an understatement. And I said it in our last event, but if you ask, they say yes, and it's before you actually make the specific ask. And again, I definitely believe they deserve to be honored, but for them to turn right around and then to make a lot is just reflective of those families and what they do.
Totally. And just kind of point of clarity here, this is not a buy-in lot. This is a single purchase lot. I think we're working on this group size.
This is a solo lot, but we are still working on the group size.
Yeah. And just trust me, this might be the biggest lot of the night. This will be a huge opportunity to have dinner by Charlie in his home with the wines of Daryl and Nancy swinging by. So Jake, maybe you and I go in on this. We'll see. So,
well, you know,
okay. The last thing, if we could talk about very quickly, something that's really important to all of us, and at the end of the day, what the mission of this event is and what this serves, the paddle raise. So the Sonoma County Vintners Foundation has focused on literacy and early childhood education, really from the inception of the foundation. It's been the mission of giving, and nothing has changed. What has changed in the past few months is COVID and how that has affected all of our lives. So where the foundation previously would give and create programs that allow literacy at a third grade or younger level, the focus remains education, but the pivot now is, as many of you know, most of us, our children are at home and trying to learn digitally, virtually, which creates the digital divide, something that is very, very real. I think many of us, in Sonoma County and across this country, very blessed to be in a position where it's very difficult on us, but we have the ability to pivot. We have access to internet, high-speed internet. We have platforms, technology in our homes that allow our children to continue to learn. But there are a lot of people who don't. There's a stat that I read where 1 in 8 people in this country, and this is certainly true in Sonoma County, don't have high-speed internet. And as you know, as we're doing this, Zoom, this takes a lot of bandwidth to be able to do. So what the Vintners has decided to do this year is to continue the focus on education, but pivot and look at how we can bridge the digital divide. So whether it is providing high-speed internet access to homes, whether it is providing technology, tablets, iPads, computers, whatever it may be, whatever the immediate need is, how can we immediately pivot quickly and address the digital divide? So there's the opportunity through the paddle raise to give directly to that, to immediately begin to impact families around us. And Jake?
Yeah, and I'm just, I'm almost speechless, and I'm just so taken with, you know, Mark's term of pivot with the Vintners' ability to do this. You know, it doesn't matter. We are all a part of Sonoma County, and we can look at some very, very accomplished people, and maybe they've got a car collection, but they're giving to help with this. And we can look at other people who are giving these amazing dinners and helping, but none of those people would work without other people helping them. And the divide is something that I think is so important. And I'm so grateful to the vintners for recognizing that and moving so quickly to be able to recognize that in this time, what we need to do is it's always about all of us, and Sonoma County, the Sonoma County spirit and our team together working as a community. We all need to be able to keep our kids in school, and we all need to be able to then go to work, and we all need to be able to continue to move forward in the incredible challenge of COVID. Nevertheless, any type of small fire that might be happening right now. And real kudos to the vintners for working that way. And I mean, there's always a need. The funding need is always there. But in a time like this, when we are all, it's almost like we're living in dog years, because a month goes by and you think back a month ago and it doesn't even make sense to where you are now. To be able to work really fast to keep everybody at the same level, I just think is more important now than ever before.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this is something too that you can give at so many different levels that I'm hoping that every one of you want to buy that dinner with Charlie and Daryl, and you missed out on it. There's an opportunity to give this way. So please tune in for the paddle race. So
yeah, and
Jake, recap us, man. We got a couple of dates to hammer home.
Yeah, everything that we're talking about, you can register now, SonomaCountyWineAuction.com. We are looking at September 17th to the 20th overall. There's the best party ever. And it is not like ones in the past, but I promise you, and if you see any of the banter between Mr. Mark and I, it will only continue on this evening, and it's only going to be fun. That's September 17th at 4 o'clock. And then we've got the virtual auction on the 19th at 4 o'clock. I would add in there too, very quickly, because I'm going to hand it back over to Mark. Please remember SonomaCountyWineAuction.com. Remember those dates. Remember your Celebrate from Home packages. Remember, you can buy as many as you want as these. Every winery that is donating the wine for these, the more you buy, the more they're going to provide. And we are all looking to that is one of the greatest ways that it is going straight to the bottom line on this. So please jump in on that. In regards to our banter, in regards to everything back and forth, I'm hoping that one of the things, considering the fact that when Mark, Clay, and I started this, we were going to do a live event under a tent, and then it turned into a virtual event, and then it turned into the next thing and the next thing. And we all know that 2020 has been challenging more than not. That is more of a reason that we need help and we need support with what we're trying to do right now. And I'm hoping, and I really hope that it comes across, that the authenticity of what and who we are as that guy right there who I'm pointing to, who turned his hat right back around. He is my brother. His children are my children's best friends. Clay, who couldn't be here tonight, what we're trying to do and the way that we are hoping that you are picking this up is little bits help and little bits add up. And this is not going to be the year necessarily in person where someone's going to drop a big lot, but the more Celebrate from Home packages you buy, the more it's going to help us. And the more that you can bid on anything in advance, the more you go to the website in advance and check things out. There's a lot of need out there, and we are more committed now than before. Even though the challenge for us to be able to access people is higher, we are more committed to make this work. So please consider that. And and I do want to say too, we've been mentioning a lot of different Celebrate from Home packages. Mark, I know you know other ones too. Obviously, there's what you, Clay, and I are doing. Are you aware of other ones that you can think of off the top of the head? We've got a Foley lot out there, I know.
Yep. Actually, it's funny. The first one that I see that's beginning to sell is a Chalk Hill one, which is a great one. I mean, it's funny. There's so many fantastic ones. There's a couple of new brands that are maybe have old ties to Sonoma County, but are relatively new. It's a great opportunity to see them. I know there's a great West Side Road lot that kind of bridges that. So you have some old brands like Williams, Sullivan, and Rocchioli that are iconic that you can't get those wines. And then you have Thompson 3150, who's on West Side Road, a neighbor to those two brands, who is a young brand, but not new to the industry. There's as we talked about, Mari's lot, where you're taking a bunch of second and third generation people. So just tremendous opportunities. And again, no excuses. They span the price range. You can buy from all price ranges. There's a great sparkling. Joy from Iron Horse has put together an amazing sparkling lot. which I think everyone should just buy one of those to augment whatever celebrate from home. I mean, how can you celebrate without bubbles? So you got to have some sparkling wine as well. So check those out.
Tricolor's got a great lot. You know, going back to Chalk Hill real quick, that is my first date with my wife, who she in her prior life was a very accomplished triathlete, and we used to ride from the airport club and ride out Chalk Hill Road. And I always would try to
You
get
would
her
drive out and meet her there, right?
Yeah, well, no, I was going to say when we'd hit Chalk Hill Winery, I'd always ask her to please slow down and maybe we could enjoy the beautiful surroundings, but also so I could catch my breath.
Sure.
She never did that. She's a very competitive little lady, but I enjoyed Chalk Hill very much by myself sitting on the side of the road, and she was already up the hill from me. So, yeah, there's a lot of ways, people, that you can help us out, and we certainly want to appeal to you all. Mark, why don't you close us out here?
Yeah.
I know,
last thing I would say, please, everyone, on Thursday, September the 10th, same time, 4:30, please join Clay Moritzen and Chef Charlie Palmer to do the last of the 3 of these that we're doing. Just talking about lots, getting to know us, getting to know what's going on. A lot of fun. If you don't know, Charlie and Clay are great friends. They actually make a wine together. Incredibly talented in their own right. So Thursday, September the 10th, that's my math is right, that's about a week before the auction. Please tune in, check it out. Please go to the website, SonomaCountyWineAuction.com. Register is the big thing, so that when the big day comes, you're ready to hop on and hang out with us. We appreciate all of your support from the bottom of our hearts. It's great to see you, and our turn to get to give back to our community and your chance to help us out. So thank you all very much. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Mark, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks, buddy. Be well.
All right.